Hi, guys. So I figured I would unlock a new filming location. I just want to be outside. It's a cold day outside, but it's not raining, and we have not had that in like a week. It's rained every single day. So I figured I could just be outside for a little bit, have my little notebook. I wrote all the questions for the end of year book tag. I just figured we would go through those questions today and just kind of keep it short and simple for this last video of Bookmas. I have loved Bookmas. It was so fun. What a great introduction to YouTube, to BookTube for me. And I will be back at the first of the year. So let's go ahead and get into these questions. So the first question is unpopular book I loved. I absolutely loved The Things We Water by Mariana Zapata. I've not heard anybody talk about this book. I know she's very popular and she has a lot of really good romance books, but this is actually a fantasy romance book and it was so good. So good. So, if you've not heard of that, but you are a Mariana fan, I would totally recommend this. I think it is so good. She killed it once again. And then also a novel love story by Ashley Poston. I'm not sure how to pronounce her name, but I know a lot of people really did not like that book. And a lot of people that I saw read it last year, and they were saying if they would have read it at like fall time, they would have enjoyed it more. So I waited and I read it this year during the fall, and I loved it. I thought the vibes were amazing. It was such a good book. It's literally about being stuck in your favorite book. So you go to a town and the town is from your favorite book. It was amazing. I just thought of Twilight the whole time. I'm like, okay, I'm stuck in Forks. Boo hoo, poor me. Where's the vampire, But it was really, really good. So highly recommend that book. Okay, and then a popular book that I didn't love. I did not like The Night and the Moth. Ugh, I wanted to like it so bad. I love her other books. I just did not like this one. Even with The Gargoyle, it just was not a hit for me, unfortunately. I know it's really popular. I'm so glad people love this book, but it was not for me. Another one I really did not love was Beartown. His writing is beautiful. It is nothing about his writing. Frederick Bachman can tell a story. I know that. But it felt like there was too much going on and too many characters for me. I think I am just a simple-minded girl and I just want a few characters, and we were in so many different storylines, and yes, they all connected and it's all one town, but that was just a lot for me. So I didn't love that one, unfortunately. New favorite characters. Charlie from One Golden Summer is perfection. He is so golden retriever energy. He's so sweet. I really liked him in the previous books. I could not wait to get a book in his point of view. And Carly Fortune gave us that in One Golden Summer, and it was perfection. I could see me wanting to read that book again like every summer. That was the perfect by the pool summer read, and Charlie is perfect to me. But also, I can't not mention Ryan Shea from the Right Move Liz Tom Ford series. I love Ryan Shea. I think he is just the best. I absolutely fell in love with him. I love the other characters, Kai Rhodes, Isaiah Rhodes. They are amazing, but Ryan Shea for me. New favorite author, Liz Tom Ford. I read all of her books this year and I loved every single one of them. Mile High was not my favorite, as I've heard a lot of people say, but I did absolutely love her other books. So the whole series to me is a 5-star series. Okay, the longest book I read. That was The Things We Water. I thought it was longer than this, but it was only 717 pages. And that was the Mariana Zapata book. That was the fantasy romance. It was amazing. She loves writing these long books, but I eat them up. I mean, I think I read that in like 3 sittings and was sad when it was over. You just don't realize you're reading a 700-page book. It was so good. The shortest book I read was Death Row by Frida McFadden. It was 73 pages. So good. Cannot, cannot recommend Frida McFadden enough. I love her books. They are palate cleansers in between the romance and the fantasy books that I read. I love her mystery thrillers. Love them. Favorite book covers. I loved Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren. That cover is gorgeous. I absolutely love their books, and they have the coolest covers of all their books. So I loved that one. I think it was just so beachy and tropical. It was beautiful. But also, If It Makes You Happy by Julia Olivia, I think is her name, or Julia Olivia. I think it's by Julia Olivia. It is the cutest fall throwback 90s book cover. I love her outfit. I literally read that book and then went and bought the outfit that she has on the cover to wear to Thanksgiving. It's so cute. The most unique book that I read was Beautiful Ugly, Alice Feeney. That book takes you for a ride. It takes you for a ride. It is a mystery thriller. It is all on one island, a secluded island. Wow. I still think about that book often because I'm like, what in the world is going on? I still don't even fully comprehend it. That book was crazy. So if you want just a wild ride that you will not forget about anytime soon, Beautiful Ugly. Really, all of her books do that to me, but that one really did. Okay, books I haven't stopped thinking about. Beautiful Ugly could fit in this, but I didn't put it in this category. The Favorites. I love The Favorites by Lane Fargo. It is an ice skating couples not really rivals to lovers. It's more of like a friends to lovers to rivals to it is crazy. It is crazy. It is so good. I cried. I was frustrated. I was happy. When a book can make me go through every emotion, I absolutely recommend it to everybody I know. My mom read the book and absolutely loved it. It was so good. I read it in January. It was like the perfect winter read because they are ice skating and it is so immersive. I mean, you are in that world. You are rooting for these people. You don't like these people. You are sad for these people. I mean, the range of emotions you go through is insane. I will never forget this book, truly. And now I want to read everything she's ever written. Another one is The Right Move by Liz Tomford. I just love that book. I already want to go back and reread the whole series after Mile High. And I just read them this year. So I had to buy them all so that I can annotate them all and go back and reread every single one of them. Annual reread book. Okay. Book Lovers is one that I will read for the rest of my life. This was my first year rereading that book and actually going through and annotating the full book. And I had the best time. Again, another character named Charlie that I love. And my husband's name is Charles. So what am I doing here? I love these Charlie characters, but he is amazing. The book is amazing. I love the vibes. Everything about that book is perfection. And then Twilight. Of course, Twilight. Every January, I have to reread it. I don't go through the whole series because I'm really not a New Moon girl. And then the rest of the series is really good, but I just want the vibes from Twilight. So I have to reread that one every single year. An author that didn't work for me, Alicia Thompson, she wrote Never Been Shipped. I've read a few of her books before, or I guess I could say I've tried to read a few of her books before. They just don't do it for me. I don't love the writing. I don't love the characters. That's just not really my vibe. I don't know. There's just something about them. I really hope that they work for everybody else. Her covers are really cute. Her book premises sound amazing, but it's just not executed well to me. So I'm going to probably stop reading her books going forward, unfortunately. Okay, another one is the most frustrating book I read. Okay, The Favorites. I recommend it to everyone. I made my mom read it. I think it is such a good book. I do want to reread it one day, but it is so frustrating. When I tell you, you are so mad at these characters and you want to just go through the book and just shake them, it is so frustrating. But then they kind of start to figure things out, and you're like, okay, okay, we're safe, we're good, things are looking up. No, don't get comfortable. Don't get comfortable because they're going to make mistake after mistake after mistake, and you're just going to have to ride it out with them. It is so frustrating, but I'm telling you, it's so good. Okay, books that I want to reread. Um, I I take this as books that I've not already reread before. So, One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune will now be a book that I will reread every summer. I absolutely love it. It is just absolute perfection to me. That is like a 6-star read to me for this year. So, I would definitely read that book again every summer. And then also Sunrise on the Reaping. Maybe not an annual reread, but I really want to read that book again and just really sit with it. I think I did it on audio my first read and it was so good, but I would love to sit down and read it physically. And I am a highlighter, underliner, annotator. I love that. So I think that would be a book I would really love to just annotate. A book that I wish I could read for the first time again. I love this prompt. Daisy Jones and the Six. I I read this book over the summer in the pool, and I was trying to read it quickly because my husband and I were talking about the show, and I was like, "Hey, there's a really good book out," and it became a show, and I'd love to watch the show with you. And he was like, "Okay, let's do it tonight." Well, I hadn't read the book yet. So I read it all in one sitting or one floating, I guess you could say, because I was literally on a float in the pool. But I read it all at one time and just sped through it. And I just really, I wish that I could just read it again for the first time because now I know everything and I've watched the show and I don't really feel like I need to read it again. But I wish I could just wipe my mind blank, start over, and really take my time with it because that is such a good book. I feel like that band is real. That band really, when we were watching the show, my husband said, "Oh, I didn't realize this was a documentary." I'm like, "No, it's not. These people do not exist. This band does not exist." That is how well done the book and the show were. Just absolutely recommend. So good. And then I also just added on here One Golden Summer. I wish I could just read that again, just wipe my brain and just start all over again because it was that perfect to me. Okay, best series. I absolutely love Zodiac Academy. That is one of my 6-star series. I love Zodiac Academy. I am taking my time with it. I'm only on book 5. I did pause that series and I started the Ruthless Boys series, and I have one book left in that series. I think that's a 5-book series, and I'm just starting book 5. So as soon as I finish that, I will pick up Zodiac Academy again and finish it. And I don't want to finish it. It's one of those series that I don't want it to be over, but as soon as it's over, I'm going to just go right back to the start and completely reread it. I already want to do that, and I'm only on book 5. So, absolutely love that series. That that was such a fun find for me this year. But also, I have to mention Silver Elite. I loved Silver Elite. That was so fun. That was so good to me. The world was so unique. It was so just different from other fantasy books that I've read. I think this would be more of like a dystopian fantasy, which is an interesting world to get into. I absolutely loved it. Book 2, I think it's called Broken Dove by Danny Francis, comes out in 2026, and I cannot wait to continue that series and see where it goes. She did a great job. Okay, most emotional read. Oh, I had two for this. One is Pictures of You. I read this in January and it was such a good book. I definitely recommend it, but it was so heavy. So it's about a girl, I think she's in her 30s, and she has an accident or something happens, and she wakes up and thinks that she is, I want to say it's like 16 again. She is back in time in her mind. And it is crazy because she's lost touch with her parents, and her whole life has changed from where she was when she was that age and where she thought her future would be. Everything is different. And she's trying to figure out, why do I not have a relationship with my parents? Why is my life like this? Why am I unhappy? And she gets to go back and kind of relive through that and talk to the people she loves and figure out how she got there. And it's amazing. So well done, such a unique concept. I absolutely love it. But it is very emotional. And then another emotional read for me was Promise Me Sunshine. I read this right after my grandmother passed, and it is about loss. And it is a really hard one to read. She is grieving very hard for her best friend. She dies of, I believe it's cancer. And the whole book is about grief. It's really heavy. It's really hard to read, but it is absolutely beautiful and it is so healing. And I read it at a time where I needed that. I was really going through a lot of emotions and didn't really know how to process them. And this book was just the perfect way to help me through that grief, honestly. So thank you to the author, Cara Baston. She knows how to write a book, and it is always an emotional one for me. But this one was absolutely beautiful. Absolutely recommend it. It is such a good story. Okay, a book I've been putting off and finally read, Light Lark. I have been hearing about this book for so long. I love Alex Astor's writing, and so there was no reason for me not to read this. So I finally read it, and I didn't love it. And I hate that because I put it off for so long thinking I probably will absolutely love this book, but it was just not the best to me. But I am going to continue the series and I am so curious where it goes. So it did hook me. I am definitely invested. I just I just didn't love it like I thought I would. But that's okay. My expectations are set now, so maybe going into the second one I'll have a better time because I won't expect so much out of it. But I am definitely curious about this grim Oro love triangle that the world is just crazy over. So definitely want to continue it. Favorite audiobook? Dungeon Crawler Carl. I love Dungeon Crawler Carl. I think Matt Denneman has created the most unique world that I've ever seen in my life. I think it is wild, wild. My husband loves video games, so this is the book for him. I listened on audio. He just kind of heard it as I was listening to it when I was around him, and he was so curious about it. So I think we're going to continue the series together, which is really fun. Um, what a world! What a world! It is madness. And Princess Donut, I want a cat named Princess Donut now so bad. Unfortunately, I am allergic, and I think my mini golden doodles would probably not love that. But I absolutely love that cat. That was so good. And then also, I listened to the Onyx Storm graphic audio. My husband is not a big reader, but he does love listening to audiobooks, and the graphic audio came out. So we listened to actually all of the Fourth Wing series, but the Onyx Storm ones are so good. They're in two parts, they are so well done. The voice actors are killing it. They did an amazing job with that. So even if you've read the series, I would recommend going back and just listen to that graphic audio. And then also the Harry Potter full cast. The first book came out, I think it was in November. I want to say like November 4th or 5th. So good. So good. She's going to release all of the books. And I think it's like every 2 or 3 months, the next one is going to come out. They killed it. They killed it. It was like watching a movie that you've never seen before based on a series you love. That's how good it was. I totally recommend that. Okay, and then the last one is favorite book couples. I have to say Brimstone. I love them. I love them. I love them in Quicksilver. I think they are such a powerful couple together. They remind me of Violet and Xaden from Fourth Wing. They're just so powerful together, and I feel like the two of them keep each other grounded, but they also support each other, and it's like, with you by my side we could accomplish anything kind of vibes. I truly feel like they are going to kill it in the next book, and I cannot wait to see where it goes. And then I also had my Oxford year. This was a book that I read because the movie was coming out on Netflix and it has Sophia Carson in it. And first off, the movie was amazing. The movie might have been a little better than the book to me, but the book was really good. I loved them together. They had the banter that I love. They were supportive of each other. It's just a beautiful story. I don't really want to like spoil anything, but some crazy tragic things happen and they are just a team and it is a beautiful story. And then go watch the movie. So read the book and then go watch the movie and you're going to love it, I think. Okay, that is the end of year book tag. It is crazy to me that we are at the end of the year. I read so many good books this year, and I cannot wait for 2026 reading. So many good books are coming out. My TBR is stacked, so I got to get to reading soon. But I hope you come back. I am done with Bookmas now. So my next video will probably be on January 1st and we'll just kick it off in the new year. I'm hoping, as of right now, I'm planning on releasing videos every Thursday at 6 p.m., I think. That might change, but for right now, I'm going to try to do that. So please come back. I would love to see you again. Sorry for the barking dog. Have a great one. Bye, you guys.